Welcome back. If you are just joining, it's Trending O'Clock. This is where we talk about all the trending issues on the internet and, of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Irabo. You know, I am never alone in the studio. And today I have for me E to the N to the K to the A to the Y and K.
Hey. You know I love to dance. Thank you so much, Mercy, for having me. It's a pleasure being here once again.
Thank you so much for joining me. And you know, I hope you've not told Michael this. I love it when you call.
I did not hear anything.
No. Okay, so what's trending today? Yes, a few weeks back we talked about the demolition in Oworoshoki in Lagos State. But now residents of the environment came out crying, including a 70-year-old landlord coming out to cry that they were not given any form of compensations. Just imagine a 70-year-old man. Like, where do you expect him to go at that age? He won't be able to work and build something that is worth like that. He said he had a 3-bedroom apartment that was demolished. Imagine a 70-year-old man. Please, let's see the footage.
At this my age, lady 70. So anything can happen after 70. So the first law. So
this elderly landlord is just one of the many persons left like this in desperate situation. Like, why demolish people's property when you don't have any form of compensations for these persons? This is so disheartening. Please, what do you have to say?
Yes, I actually feel for the man, you know, watching him speak. And of course, he's also one of those who have been in this situation as well, you know. And I feel like government ought to have given some level of, you know, announcements or pre-information.
Yeah, they said they were given a very short notice.
A very short
very short notice.
Now, this is what has been happening. We've seen a lot of demolition going on. You know, I mean, I just saw very recently a lady who just finished building her house. Like, she just finished building her house, and in another few weeks, the house was being demolished by the government. And I'm like, is it that the people who sell these lands sell it illegally? Because if it's a government property, I think it should have gone through some processes before that land was given out to such people, you know. And of course, if it's a government, what people will not understand, you know, we keep calling for compensation, but if the land in question or the property in question is not approved by government, it will be hard to get some form of compensation.
But the fact that we are all humans, you should think about that. How are this person supposed
to survive after this?
Exactly.
You know, this has put some people into depression. Some people have even committed suicide because, I mean, where do they want to start from? You know, but I think the government needs to do better. I mean, they might not know that the owner of the house is a 70-year-old man. They're just carrying out their job, right? So I feel like government should begin to make compensations available for people who are affected by these demolitions. You know, the other time when we talked in Delta State, where I think some stores around the markets were being demolished, you know, the traders in those areas were compensated by the government. So that was a good move. So I feel like the government needs to do more research to know that, okay, these are the people that owns these houses. And if they are elderly people, they should be given some level of either consideration or compensation, because I mean, you want to take them back to the village, where do they want to start from? It's a really sad one.
This is the same thing that happened in Lagos, the trade fair that was demolished. I don't know if you saw that one too.
Yes.
Imagine just demolishing. Like, they had to wait until they completed the building. Like, what happened
if it
when
was
they
marked
started
for
the
demolition?
whole thing?
Why didn't you just go and tell them straight up that this
you have
house
to wait until
continue?
they were done and then just take everything down.
Wastage of money.
This is so disheartening. I feel governments really need to do better when it comes to these demolitions. And then I feel when it comes to houses like this, I feel they should have somewhere set aside for people to at least move into for the meantime while they're trying to sort them out. At least somewhere to just stay for the meantime. I feel that would be the best thing to do, like the best approach to all of these demolitions, instead of just taking them to point zero. That's a lot, and that's disheartening.
And this also brings us to, we've been calling for agents. Agents do the most these days, right? So an agent can go and sell a land owned by government to somebody without letting the person know that this land is a government land.
Yeah.
And the person buys the land thinking he has bought a land. Only for a few years later, owner of land comes and says, you know what, whatever property you have there, take it off. It's my land, we want to work on it. So I think the agents as well should be either scrutinized, or, totally, taken off. Because I think we should deal more with people who own the land, the landowners. I think there's a Land Use Act. I think we should bring that into force and make sure that we actually follow the rules and the regulations of owning a land in Nigeria.
Yeah, and then before you buy any property, before you acquire any property, try to do your own due diligence. You need to
ask
be careful.
questions,
Shine your eyes.
make inquiries.
Don't
before
buy
buying
lands that are not approved for sale. Don't just go and buy all of this, because I feel this one of the reasons why we have all of these demolitions and all of that.
Exactly.
If you're careful enough, I'm sure you will never fall victim. Well, away from that, yes, I thought we heard the last time that the police are now being civil in their dealings with citizens. But what we are seeing now, what we are seeing now is far, far, far different.
We don't even know again which one to believe.
We are seeing the opposite. I don't know, but let's see this footage.
We are going to the station. Let's go. They know they keep people for the station. We go reach there. Me guys, look at the man that harassed me. My paper is.
And this is so disheartening. Like no one, like absolutely nobody needs or deserve this kind of treatment. The police were meant to protect the citizens and not to assault or harass them. Like this is a whole lot of humiliation in Nigeria. Like, is this what we have to keep facing, from one police harassment to another police brutality and all of that? Is this what we need to keep dealing with in Nigeria?
And the fact that this keeps going on, it keeps happening, is on the recurrent decimal. I think it is high time that the Nigerian police, begin to have this body cam. Like they have it in the US, you have this cameras on your dresses. So at the end of the day, you submit it. So they see how far you did, while you were on duty. So I think the Nigerian police force needs to start enforcing that. We need to start having that. Let's actually
even
see.
put theirs off.
So if you put it off, you will answer questions. You will collect some form of query or something. This is just to checkmate your activities while you're on the field. Because a lot of times we hear of this police brutality, assaults going on. In as much as, yes, we might not know the whole story. Because sometimes, Nigerians, we can overdo things. Just to give the police a bad name and prove a point. You just want to intentionally disrespect and disregard whatever they tell you. So just so you can make trouble with it. Sometimes it happens that way. But then again, to control this level of assault, because it's beginning to become a recurring decimal, I think we need to actually have some reforms. And part of that reforms, we should actually start, making use of body cams. I think that will go a long way to actually checkmating the activities of our Nigerian police force. And also, we want to talk about the recruitment process as well. What are the processes in recruiting a man into the force? Or would you just go to any Agbero quarter and just pick anybody? Because the last time we talked about, we protested, Nigerians protested against the disbandment of SAS, and the government actually listened and disbanded SAS. Are we now saying, or does it now look like those guys that were in the SAS before, they have now bring them again into the police force? Because we can't just understand what is going on.
Like, since
so
they
I
decided
think,
to ban the SAS.
So I think we should now begin to talk about reforming the Nigerian police. Let's get to break it down into pieces. Know who the bad eggs are and take them away intentionally. Until we are intentional about these practices, I don't think we're going anywhere. That's just the truth.
Incidents like this do not just damage our public trust. They just leave this form of trauma on the victim. Well, netizens didn't really find this funny. They had different opinions. But let's say some of the reactions we got online. Imagine make citizens, they fear police for road like bandits. Didn't they say police is your friend? I wonder.
We don't know again.
Maybe Nigerian
my
police
brother.
are not our friends. Talking about the disrespect and all of that, I've seen situations outside country that people just maybe try to be hard or try to be stubborn with the police, and then you see the police very calm and professional. Yes. Like they don't try to drag with them and all of that. But when it comes to Nigeria, well, I don't understand why Nigerian people would stand there for the security or police to treat people bad like that. What do you expect? You expect them to go and fight the police?
You want them to run, so they will now release fire and say he did not listen to us.
Is it that they are afraid of the police or what? This can't happen in Ghana. Never. Okay. No matter the situation, someone will try to invade or interfere to calm them.
Okay,
just
so
imagine.
This is a Ghanaian speaking.
Yes,
so.
Just trying to. This is why we don't need to start telling how bad our country is. Exactly. But the police, I don't know why they're not just trying to work with us. This country is a literal crime scene, bro. Really. Okay, let's see if we have one. Okay, at Ben Hundeng. Since you assumed office of, that's the police PRO, right? Office of the NPF, Nigerian Police Force, it appears you were altered to turn blind to ethical regression of agency and agents you represent.
So that's a
strong one.
That's a problem.
At the police, at the PRO, your people are on it again. When will this harassment stop? I wonder, when will it stop? He now opened my Nigeria police needs complete overhaul. Yeah, they really know they need to reform the Nigerian police. They know they keep person for police station, but they fight for roads. When we go start to respect police, and this is it. We really need to respect the police. Most times people just want to, just like you said,
to intentionally cause trouble.
So they would say, yes, Nigerian police we know about them. Yeah, this nonsense must stop. Yes, it has to stop. What's even happening? Hope she's okay. Even small Ekiti. Yes, this happened in Ekiti. Now, wow. Interesting. I don't know if
and
you have more.
And the fact that some of the police assaults that we have heard in recent times, they target a particular part of the female's body. I don't know what they are looking for. It's not even only the police. I think the force generally, because I remember the one that happened in Anambra State with the copper. The copper. That was the same thing they did. I don't know. What are you looking for exactly? What are you looking for?
You're supposed to respect women. But I don't know what you are doing. Once you hold a woman, the first thing you go to is try to undress her, which is totally wrong. We need to respect women. We need to respect every citizen. And then, you citizens, please, let's try as much as possible to be civil with in our dealings with the police. You need to respect the police too. You don't just go there. Once they say this, okay, no wahala, I can go to the station. Let me see your ID card. Be sure that, okay, this is really a police officer. Then go to the station. You don't need to,
like she was even saying, her papers were complete. Yeah. So if your papers were complete, what else could they be harassing?
Instead of her shouting, they know they keep for station. She can actually do that calmly. Yeah. You need me to go to the station? Fine. Let's go to the station. You don't need to start being so dramatic about the whole situation. Well, away from that, breaking news. Or should we say gist? Because it's trending. Well, Isaac Fayose, brother to former Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose, has challenged officials of the Ekiti State Government over a shocking revelation. Yeah, I was shocked too. The alleged spending of 200 billion naira to construct 350 kilometers of road. 200 billion naira to construct 350 kilometers of road. Like, we have money in this country. We have money, but please let's see the footage.
600 million per kilometer. Yeah. That means
no. Let me. You have to look at
I see. Let us be very careful about the way we talk about things that are technical. Because you are not an engineer.
I'm a businessman.
Wait, a businessman may not necessarily be an engineer.
No, I'm a businessman.
You see, this land, maybe like I told you the other time, that this land you are saying, because we are working on it, you can't just conclude that how we got to this level, that, oh, this is how much these people will spend on this. Until you now evaluate the way it was before we get here. It is then you can now determine, oh, they have spent billions on this.
Okay, so
and if we have spent billions on this nation,
for the 200 billion they've spent on road, they've done 3.
we have awarded. We have awarded. We have completed. They are ongoing. Some of them are ongoing. Some have been completed, and some are ongoing. These are issues you have to.
Once they start to stammer, I'm not the one saying it. Well, come to think of it, 200 billion naira to construct 350 kilometers of road. I've been trying to do the maths. I've been trying to do the maths, and it's not really sitting well. And then netizens have been asking questions about, so how much did you spend per kilometer? Because if you are using 250, that's like 500 million per kilometer. That's a lot. So what do you think?
That's a lot of money. And the fact that in Nigeria, I'm still yet to see a road that was being constructed and that road is still in good form.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we award these contracts, we spend these billions and millions and what have you, and the road is still of low quality.
Exactly my point.
You can't pinpoint what these monies were used for. It's just like you collect such an amount of money and then you use half of it for the project and then half of it goes into your pocket. The fact that he was shouting that I'm not an engineer, I'm a businessman, I would have even expected or, have seen a situation where he went with an engineer to make it even easier for answering of this question. Because you see the commissioner stammering and trying to, gather his words together, and that tells that there's something fishy going on somewhere.
Yeah.
So if he had gone with a proper engineer who knows about road construction, the civil engineers, I feel like that would have just been the game changer.
Like,
everything would have just been on the floor. But then that also goes to show that contractors in Nigeria, they really need to be scrutinized, because it's not just about using or awarding these monies for these contracts. What kind of materials are you using? Are they of top quality? Because I'm yet to see a good road in Nigeria. Road has always been one of our major problems.
So along this, is it Bini Delta, Bini Warri Road?
Don't even go
so
there.
They are still working on it. Like they just started working on it, and
Yeah.
then I think one lane is almost done, and we're already having bad spots there.
Potholes.
Like
and
potholes.
You ask yourself,
like
what is
we're not even done yet, and
The road
this
is not
is
even
what
completed.
somebody will be collecting about 200
half a million.
billions
Half a billion, I beg your
for,
pardon.
like, just to do something that won't
pathetic.
even last. Okay,
It's
fine.
pathetic.
I'm not even against spending a whole lot of money, but at the end of the day, you are getting things that are not good,
Substandard
products
It
for
doesn't
the
make
road.
sense.
At the end of the day, the road won't even still last.
It will not even stay up to 6 months, and then you start.
I'm
seeing
talking about they're not
cracks here
even
and there.
done with these roads. They're
can
not
imagine.
done. And I was seeing potholes and all of that. And I
Can
said,
imagine.
they've not even commissioned. So they need
Can
to finish
imagine.
it before commissioning it. And we're already having potholes.
It's
Like,
the corruption.
what message does this send? What message does this send? And then the man was trying to stammer there. And I don't know, but I just feel people that once they try to defend themselves, they are trying to stammer and all of that, that they might not be so
saying
truthful,
the truth.
or maybe they're a
Yes.
bit
Let's
economical
not
with
paint
the truth.
it. They may not be truthful. Yes. Because I think everyone involved in this project should be probed.
Yes.
Let's know how these monies were spent. Let's know what was bought and what they were used for, and the quality of the job that has been done or that is still ongoing. Like you said, the roads are still ongoing. They're still constructed. So when it's done, we want to know the quality. We want to do a quality survey of the roads and to know the durability and how long it's going to last, and then know what these monies were used for. I think all the people involved in this project should be probed after this whole job is done.
Yeah, that's the truth. I think the people of Ekiti deserve clarity. Like if these figures
in Ekiti
are
State again.
yes, if these figures are accurate, then accountability
200
must
billion.
follow.
Ha,
They should be able
no.
to give accounts of
Exactly.
how this fund was utilized, like properly utilized.
Yes.
Well, away from Ekiti. So I saw this very bold statement online. Buy properties in your name. Divorce is a real possibility. Well, that's the bold warning coming from a Nigerian lawyer to women. And of course, it got netizens talking like, okay, we should buy properties in our name. I thought when we were married, we're supposed to be one. Husband, man, woman becomes one. And now you're saying I should buy property in my name. And then when I'm buying the property in my name, should I put my father's name or my husband's name? Because it's a bit confusing. But we got a whole lot of reactions. Let's say some of the reactions. It goes both ways. Husbands also need to secure their future. A man contributing to a woman's business or project doesn't guarantee loyalty either. The key lesson is in marriage, love wholeheartedly, build together, but also protect yourself individually. A property or money won't hold a marriage. Mutual respect, trust, and communication will. Both men and women deserve security, growth, and peace of mind in the journey of love. Okay,
Well
that was
said.
a full education. This is exactly how X slowly poisons marriages, teaching people to enter a covenant with one eye on the exit. If you walk into marriage already securing just in case properties, you're already 30% into divorce territory. Marriage isn't a business measure. Fix the foundation instead of plotting your escape routes. Interesting. This is not about distrust, it's about balance. Love your partner wholeheartedly, but don't lose yourself in the process. A wise woman builds her marriage and her future because security is not selfishness, it is self-respect. I love the way they're backing it up. Let's see if we have more reactions. This advice is different for husbands. Okay, yeah, I think that's a quote from the lawyer. Made me throw up while laughing. Everyone should protect themselves if that is the case. Husbands, buy properties in your name as well. Make woman no carry your money, go give another man. If we want to go on and on with all of this, I'm sure we won't be living here today.
Some of the comments just got
like
me
me, I
laughing.
just feel when you're married, you're supposed to be one. You're supposed to become one. And then when you're thinking of just in case, it means you're not being positive. And once you're not being positive about the marriage,
Your mind
a
is
whole
already
lot might
polluted.
happen. Because when you see stuff, you just start feeling like, okay, it might just end any moments from now. And these are one of the things that make
Destroys
marriages don't
marriages.
last these days. What do you think about this?
You know, just like the same way people don't like to have joint accounts.
Yeah.
If you ask married people now, do you have a joint account with your spouse? No, he has his account, I have my own account. So what are you scared of? Putting up a joint account together, you know, the same thing, you know, like I think I like what one of the commenters said, you know, and saying that yes, a man invests in a woman's business as well. Does that mean that if the woman leaves the man tomorrow, does he close down the business, or who still owns the business? Still the woman that owns the business, you know. So it's the same. It's almost like the same thing. So if you're putting, it's just like putting one leg in and then the other leg is still outside, still waiting to see whether everything is okay. The good book says, he who puts his leg on the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom. So if you're someone that is two-sided, you put your leg here and then the other leg is outside, you are not yet ready for marriage. It's an institution on its own, and there are rules and regulations that governs that institution. If you're not ready to live by it and comply, mutual respect, love, trust, and everything in between. If you're not ready to live by that, then you're already planning an exit. And if you're buying a property and you're saying, no, I'll hear some women say, it's for me and my children, no, me and my children, I know. So whatever they are doing, they are building for them and their children, leaving the man outside. So if anything happens tomorrow, my children are secured, right? So I think that's a wrong mentality that should be discouraged at every given time. It should be discouraged. Marriage, it's Like I used to tell people, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
What works for you may not necessarily work for me. It depends on how you build your marriage, how you, the rules you have set for yourself.
Yeah.
So if you know what works for you, stick to it and keep building. If you want to buy properties, you can come together, buy properties, do your thing. Don't follow everything people say online, because people are out there just to destroy marriages with what they say. So don't listen to everything people say. If it works for you, go ahead and do it. If you're the type that wants to do your thing individually, go ahead and still do it, but still uphold the tenets of marriage.
Well, maybe she might be speaking from experience, but I don't know and I don't care. But the truth is, if everybody is trying to secure their assets, like individually, the husband is securing his, and the woman, the wife is trying to secure hers, then why is the marriage? No marriage there in the first place. Okay, so after securing all of this, and the marriage did not separate, or they did not separate at the end of the day, and the marriage is there, the marital bliss and all of that till forever, then what happens? Then maybe somehow later, you know, most times things like this can actually lead to divorce. Because imagine buying property without the man's knowledge, and then somehow the man gets to find out. Then it leads to the divorce, and then you come out to say, thank God I was buying, not knowing that you caused your own divorce. You caused it, because if you had informed the man, probably gotten the whole thing together and all of that.
You some advice here and there.
I'm sure it won't lead to divorce once the man finds out, or let's assume he gets to know and all of that. It won't be a big deal. But when you're trying to secure yours, he would just have this mindset of, are you sure she's not trying to elope with somebody else?
Someone else, exactly.
So I feel all of these things, well, what I'll keep saying is, do what works for you.
Exactly.
Don't follow social media. If you feel you want to follow social media, at your own risk.
Because when the people talking, they are not even happy. They are coming out to advise
they are doing the same.
They are not even doing the same thing. So, I mean,
because some of them I just come to tell you, I do this in my own home. I remember one of my friends telling me back then that so he had this friend, the guy came to his house and he saw him kneeling and apologizing to his girlfriend, and was like, why are you kneeling? Why do you kneel? You kneel to apologize to somebody that is not even your wife, yet you are kneeling to apologize to her. And then he said one day he went to this guy's house and he saw this guy kneeling, begging his own girlfriend. And he was like, I thought this guy was saying that I'm not supposed to kneel. Meanwhile, you're doing the same in your own house. I mean, so most times these people coming to advise you, they're just giving you what they don't get to experience.
They want to cause trouble.
So they just want to know how it's. They want to use you as a sample, a case study. And so if it goes south, then they'll be like, "Oh, thank God I didn't do that." Well, in as much as I would love us to keep talking, you know, I told you the last time that on a very good day we just come here and talk about divorce.
Oh, yes, that's a whole topic on its own.
A whole discussion on its own. Well, but sadly we have to go. Time is really not on our side. I had a super amazing time here on Trending today.
It's always an exciting time on Trending, always.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, it's a wrap on Trending. It's a wrap on Viewpoints. I hope you enjoyed every bit of it, from the dailies to the news and the dialogue and trending. Yes, we had a super amazing time. And you know that you can engage with us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Atlantic Media and TV. Well, this is me saying, see you same time tomorrow for another exciting edition of Trending and of Viewpoints. Once again, I am Mercy Irabo. Do have a nice day.